Hey, this is Marsha Ambrosius, and you're all tuned into With D.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into My First Wings Radio with your one and only rock star on the mic, Duane. It's the place to be. You know we have to have our girl, Marsha, back with us. She has a brand new album, NYLA, that you guys need to be listening to and rocking to if you don't have it. It's available on all digital platforms and in stores now. What's going on, Marsha?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So glad that this album is out and glad that we are back on the phone. Congratulations on this new project.
Yes, our phones are definitely disconnecting. All I heard was congrats on the album, but thank you so much. I'm glad it was an emotional journey to just to create, and I'm just so glad that it's available for everyone to use it as they will at this point. Because, we definitely did, and NYLA is, it's everything. Everything.
Absolutely. It's everything, and she's everything. Let me just ask before we really dive in about the album. How are you feeling about, now being like, NYLA's about to turn two now, right?
She's about to be 2 in December. So that's time just
2 years. Like, how is that for you?
Well, it's crazy because I feel like I've been a mother my whole life. It's weird. It's like she's been here forever, but no time at all. Like at age almost 2, her being brand new to the world, but there being a very brand new journey for me as a wife and as a mother. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's like it's all happened so fast, but so naturally that it's just the most natural thing I've ever had to transition into. We're having an amazing time.
It really is. And this album is just really great because the sound is different. You're being more vocally honest. Like the way that you had told me that you were really going to be with this project, and I love it because you've always just uncut, raw, just Marsha. So for this project, with the record like How High, what was the inspiration to just kind of have records like that versus, the more, focus on the cheater type of records, but more so just now, like, I'm speaking real shit to you.
Well, like you said, it's always coming from a place of honesty, but with this one, there was such a newness to my feelings that I had to just submit to that. I had to admit to myself that I'd never been here before, and I was pretty clueless. So it was in a good way, though, because it made me feel vulnerable, and it made me feel like I could do this innocently again. I could just feel what I wanted to feel again. And falling in love was absolutely brand new. Not the, I think I like him, I think he's cute type, love. This was real. This was, oh my gosh, it's reciprocated. This is someone that feels for me as I do for them. And this is forever. This is the line in Layers, the last person I'll kiss. Like, this is it. So I felt once we got to How High, I just remember sitting on the keys, and I think I musically composed the song before I wrote it. And then by the time it started to happen, it happened organically. I was like, oh, okay, I know what I want to say to these chords, and I know where this is going. So How High was just one of the most, I think it's a standout on the album because it's just me on production, just me on the keys, just me singing my feelings. And it was truly that moment of, oh, my gosh, I want to be with you forever. And that wouldn't be long enough. And I think that's the only thing that I didn't say, but I implied. And to love someone like that and to be loved like that just is a whole new experience for me, but just amazing to feel.
Oh, definitely it is. And just being in that space of love, and now, being a grown woman, you were grown, came out with your other projects, but now being grown and talking about it at your age, feeling that love with your husband, with your daughter, just your family overall. How was that feeling to just kind of receive that type of love?
Overwhelming. It really, really is. It's everything that I thought it would be, and nothing at the same time. It's what you'd hope something to be and more. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm just thankful that I'm one of the few people on earth that truly gets to live out this experience. Truly is magic.
Absolutely. And I got to say, the message with Grand Finale is just so deep. Tell everybody about that record because I think you hit that one right on the head with how you did it.
Well, initially when I'd heard the the track that Focus put together, I was like, ooh, let me get in my Drake bag. Let me get in my feelings for real and really just talk and just have a conversation about how I feel about life and about love and about friendships and things I could have changed or should have let go of. And bottom line is, now how do I move forward? If this is the grand finale, if this is the end, how? And what could I do and say to prove that point? So by the time I wrote the first verse, I remember ending it there and just having the hook, grand finale, and I was like, okay, verse 2, it would have been amazing to have gotten a reply in an honest moment from someone who I thought was ready to do that, and they clearly wasn't ready to do that. So by the time I wrote verse 2, it was for everyone that could have responded. They're like, look, this is where you were supposed to come in at. And, like, everything happened, you still could have been that for me. Like, you could have been, regardless of your mistakes or anything that I thought you did wrong or I did wrong, this was our time to say it. But you weren't even ready to be honest. So I have to move forward because I'm ready in my life to do that. I can't hold on to other people's burdens and issues and baggage anymore. So letting go for me was just that. It was the grand finale.
Exactly. And I was definitely going to ask you because I was going to more so say a lot of times people get into situations where they don't know how to let go baggage in any situation, whether it be love or work relationship. And, through your career and just the things that you've experienced in life, you had to let many different situations go to go from those situations that you had to let go personally and business-wise to now bringing in new relationships. What is that overall feeling like? How does that make you feel to just kind of be like, you know what, I'm free of it now. It was a part of my story, but it's not what made me.
It's a process, like letting go of anything. I mean, regardless of right or wrong, a level of grieving that you have to do, a level of mourning because you'll miss what you thought it should have been, could have been, the what if, and everything goes through your head. But at the same time, you're lifted of so many of these burdens, so much of this baggage that ultimately didn't belong to you. It's okay to get over yourself. So I feel like I'm in a very, very clear space, and the clarity that I gained in just doing that helps move forward anyway.
Gaining clarity is a real struggle that some women don't, or men don't get to, have until they get older, whether it be 40, 50, or maybe later in life. But, for you to have gained that, it's just incredible.
I mean, bottom line is I'm grown. Like, this is no high school stuff, but it's amazing that when you get into your adult years, how insane it is to still have high school moments. Where it's like you think people should be way over this, and they're not. They're still either the jock, they're still either the geek, they're still either the bully. It's like this part of their life doesn't leave them, even into their adult years. So when you acknowledge that people are just who they are, it kind of makes it easier for you to see that. And your growth isn't necessarily somebody else's growth either.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, you might have moved on and, done what you have to do, but not everybody is there. So it's not throwing in anybody's face that, ooh, look at me, I'm here now. It's a process for anybody. So it's like, if you're not there, I'm not judging you. I'm here, though. And it's like you can't allow someone else's growth or the lack of it to stump your own bottom line.
Now, that's the truth. And I try to tell people that, too, but they don't necessarily get that, like, my growth is my growth. Your growth is your growth. If you can't understand that there's a clear difference between that, that's cool. That's fine. I'm not going to hold it against you. But this is my story. This is yours. And, like you said, it comes with growth. It comes with maturity, as you get older.
Yeah, but it also makes you feel like you can't celebrate your happy in front of people who are supposed to care about you. And that part is the part that's not fair. It's like, okay, I get it. You know where I'm at. But that doesn't mean I can't enjoy my life because of you. Like, this is no fair.
And so you have to cancel out people like that, too.
Yeah, so it's once you realize that part is where you start putting your happiness first, and it makes you a better person, ultimately.
And Love You got a great response. How did you feel about that? Just knowing that the record was, being played on radio. Like, it was heavy last year, and even still now, it's still rocking.
Right. For me, it's consistency. It's I'm not looking for what something does in, you know, a 7-day window. They're like, oh, what did you do in your first week? I'm like, I'm the type of artist that can put something out, like you said, last year, and I can go on tour this year because of it. I can go on tour next year because of it. I can go on tour 5 years from now for stuff that I did 20 years ago. So it's all about longevity for me. And the love received from not only my faithful fan base, but the people that are discovering me still. It's beautiful. It's music, and at the end of the day, when there's an emotional connection, there's no timeline for that. It's when you're ready for it, you're ready for it, and I'm just glad people are still.
Exactly. I mean, girl, you know people won't be rocking with you just like you said and discovering you for like years to come because you have those timeless records and you have been very consistent. Like every year you are touring. There has been no stop to that. So, you know, people are going to only but continue to dive into the old music, dive into the new music, and really get to the story of the catalog, even the mixtapes, too. And I appreciate you for doing that.
Which I've never, ever done is, like, toured of, like, performed any of my stuff from mixtapes. I think I did once in New York, but I have too much music. I mean, not too much. You can never have too much, but too much music to try and put in for an hour-and-a-half show. That's a lot of time, you know. So it's just great that I can kind of put things together and say, oh, this year I'm doing late nights and early mornings the tour, so you get to see the full album live. Or, you know, with this next coming tour, it's going to be NYLA live, and you get to experience that whole journey, that love story of Des and myself meeting each other for the first time and falling in love and getting pregnant and going through the madness and getting proposed and getting married. And, you know, the second half of the album is everything that it took to get to that point. And I feel like the emotional journey of all is what makes this album, for me, the standout album of all of them, because it's such a timeline and such a through line that I think people admitting to themselves, it's ultimately what you want. You want to find your happy. My happy just happens to be NYLA. NYLA for someone else is something else. It might just be clarity. And this album, beginning to end, is what gave me that, and it's what I'm able to, you know, give away to other people. So this album for me lives like way beyond its years.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I would say for me, Marsha, like the album gave me clarity, and it also gave me a sense of just that freedom to be like, it's okay to sometimes not be okay and to just be free and want to love and just let it all out. That's what this project, NYLA, has given me, because I've been trying to find it in R&B for a little bit, but it's just like this album, I was like, yes, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, there's a soul in certain things that, you know, I guess 2018 it's lacking because everything is so quick, everything is so fast, everything is so, you need this right now and it has to sound like this, or the tempo has to be like this, or, you know, aesthetically it has to look like this. And that part of, you know, what our R&B hasn't really changed, but it has, because it's so vast now. You can't differentiate what our 2018 hip-hop is to our 2018 R&B. But soul, the soul of it all, that never goes away. This is why we can have an outstanding throwback, feel-good record from LMA and Booed Up and everyone go crazy dang near a year after it came out, because it's just a good song. It's just good. And it was like, oh, what's so special? No, it's a song. I think people have missed the part where no one had done a song before. It's like, no, this is classic. It's going back to just narratives. And it sounds like it's easily done, but there's so many agendas that comes with making music nowadays, especially for signed artists. I'm luckily enough in a position where I don't have to worry about that part. And I think the freedom in being independent and not having to conform to the expectations of an industry, it's you just get to create. And the ones that manage to push through are the ones that have teams with them that won't quit on them 7 days in when, you know what, no one picked it up at radio. No one's really feeling it right now. Well, maybe now's not the time. And I say LMA because that's a signed artist that people saw through because they believed in that. And it's a very, very rare time when that actually happens. So I'm fighting for R&B, always will be, always have done, and always will do. So NYLA's it to me.
Yeah, and she's doing incredible between her and literally her and
right.
Daniel Caesar. And let me even ask you, like, your feeling on artists like that, especially her who paid tribute and homage to you on one of her latest projects. Like, what was your feedback and reaction to just kind of seeing these young artists kind of do things like that with your previous work?
Well, I've been watching her for since she was signed ages ago. We were on the same label, just trying to figure out how you try and have someone with the talent of that magnitude stand out amidst, what people considered R&B to be. So I'm so thankful that a lane was given and found and stuck to and saw through to the end. So her honoring me was by ways of her using Say Yes as a sample in one of her records. So it goes perfectly and seamlessly in her set for Wait For It into, Say Yes. And it's crazy. In my set, I honor her in a way because it's the new generation that are still nodding for I get it, what we're doing now, but we're still honoring what was already done and paved and kind of blueprinted for them to have that, and to be amongst one of those artists that can do that for artists like her, like a Daniel Caesar, like a LMA. That's just a beautiful thing. And it's I want more though. I can't keep naming 3 every time. You can't keep allowing just 3 artists to
right.
sign. There used to be a Billboard Top 100 full of 100 people that everyone knew by name, that was going to every show, that was buying every record, and I'm pushing for that.
Yeah, that push is what's needed, and I feel like Marsha, there are more of those artists. It's just coming. It's just coming because the new generation blood is kind of sick. I'm kind of surprised on the R&B side. Hip hop side, now that's a whole nother story. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's 2018. It's just the times we're living in. It's these kids. They don't see where I guess my 21-year-old. I'm coming up when Kindred, the family soul in Philly, are already a unit. They're already married with kids at that age and showing a sense of black love that wasn't celebrated like that publicly, but they saw it through and stuck through it. So now 2018 still be 7 kids in and still up and running. And that was my version of it when I was these kids' age of 2018. You know what I mean? So my outlook was different. If we're talking about, who was in my age bracket and coming up and making music at that time,
right.
We were grown when we were 21. Grown, or thought we were at the very least. So the music we were making, if I'm telling you I wrote, Getting Late and songs like that when I was 22, 23, I hadn't been through that yet. I didn't even know what it was yet. But I knew what it felt like because what I was surrounded with. I was watching Jill Scott at age, 24, 25 at the time, sing Long Walk and The Way and Getting in the Way. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is so much soul. But we were still fairly, on paper, very young to have done that. Because for people to listen to it now, we had to be grown. We had to be who we are now to sing those songs. And I think that we were in a musical vortex that allowed us to lend from great influences. Philly was that. Philly was Patti LaBelle. It was Teddy Pendergrass. It was Phyllis Hyman. It's it's the Philadelphia International Movement, and I had that at 22, 23. So it was kind of laid for me to create music that was supposed to stand the test of time. And I'm just thankful that I found my own voice to be able to, 18 years later, sing Say Yes Now and an entire stadium sing it back to me, like word for word, melody for melody, for something that I did 20 years ago. It's crazy.
Exactly. And you know what? It's amazing what you can say that you've done just over the 20-year span to now today, to now have this brand new project that I hope that they are downloading right now as we talk about it. NYLA, Marsha's brand new album, which is incredible. It's one of my favorites. Definitely I can say one of the best albums of 2018. Because you know what? This has been a good year for R&B music, I have to say.
Yeah, it's been I don't know, it's crazy. I was like, okay, here we are. We're all here. This is nice. I like this. And by the time, I decided to put my project out, I remember seeing Maxwell tweet that he was going on tour, so I hit him immediately, like, yo, let's go. I wasn't expecting a reply, and here I am on a 50-day tour with Maxwell to the end of the year, and that's someone that's had music that is
them dates are crazy.
It's incredible. It's incredible to be able to say it out loud and to physically be doing it still. It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's such a blessing. And I hope that everybody has their tickets to see you and Maxwell out on tour, because you're coming to you're coming to like every city. I'm just like, whoa, there's like not one city that you guys are missing at all.
Yeah, it's wild. We are moving. This is 50 dates, so I said if we're not in your actual city, I know we're an hour away from where you stay. So take a road trip, get your people to come for date night. It's crazy.
Exactly. Well, you know that I will be at the Philly show, so that is no question in my mind.
Of course, and that'll be right after Thanksgiving, right before Christmas, so it's definitely boot up season for real.
Oh, my goodness. I think the last time we talked, I was trying to get out of being booed up of a crazy situation. Now it looks like you boys being booed up for real this time. So.
Listen, because that's what happens this time of year. And like you said, all of this good music coming out at one time, you don't listen to it by yourself.
Well, Marsha, thank you so much for this interview and just catch-up chat. I always appreciate you, and, thank you for allowing us to support you. And like I said, everybody, please get NYLA. It's a great album.
Definitely. She is listening to this very, very infectious but haunting song on YouTube Kids right now called Baby Shark. I hate it. I hate it and I love it at the same time because she's so happy when she listens to it. But, oh, my God, help me.
You got it. And now how into that YouTube for Kids is she really into?
I don't know. It's wild. She's just excited about life. She wakes up so happy, smile on her face, gives us big hugs and kisses, and then kind of hops out of her bed and is ready to do whatever she's going to do. It's crazy. I just have to let her discover, and it's just beautiful to watch her discover things. Like she's doing her ABCs now. She's counting to 10, and she's looking at me like, what's after 10? And I'm like, 11. She's like, and she'll just start laughing like, I'm not ready for that. And it just goes back to 3. I was just like, aw.
Oh, that is so adorable.
It really is.
Counting to 10 already? Damn. But you know what? These children now, the new generation, they pick up so much more quicker than what we did.
No, seriously. Like, I thought she was just picking up my phone and like flipping through my apps, and she went to my YouTube and looked up ABC Kids. Like, she's seen the pictures, she's like, ABC. I was like, where? So she clicked on the link, and then she put like a whole playlist together of all the stuff that she has on her iPad. Because I wasn't going to be one of those parents like, oh, here's your iPad and just sit there. But she's really watching all of her, like, little videos that teach her how to count, teach her colors, sound,
wow,
shapes, everything, and she's really taking it in. And I thought, okay, she's not really paying attention until she turned around to me and started singing ABC.
Right.
Like, full out. I was like, oh, you are listening. This is great. Okay.
That is beautiful.
And it's wild. It's so wild. But it's amazing to watch. I'm having fun watching this little human with my face, her daddy's smile, my eyes. Crazy.
It's beautiful. I'm so happy for you and that you have this beautiful family. It's amazing. It really is.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, Marsha. Well, thanks so much again for this interview. I will see you in Philly. But first, before we let you go, tell everybody if they don't follow you, which I'm like OD mad because I know there's a few that don't. Tell them where they can follow you so I don't have to kill them.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the same thing. It's Marsha Ambrosius, Marsha Ambrosius. Follow me, get at me.
For sure. Oh, all right, Marsha.
Real quick, you have to make a note that it is me, like, on my social media, too. Like, I think, who was I talking to the other day, and they were like, oh, does your assistant or your management run your page? I was like, who does that? No.
Girl, you know, I've been hating people saying that you have people run your page. I'm like, no, that's Marsha all the time, every time. I'm like, we DM each other all the time. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know what that is. But, yeah, it's me. Get at me.
All right, Marsha. Well, I will see you later. I'll see you in Philly.
For sure.
For sure. All right. Have a good rest of the day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.